Roommate says, "Why do you have a lock on your door now?"
You ever heard of privacy?
Hello dear friends, trace amounts of science. Welcome back to ReddX. Promise swears it's just a fact or something like that. You could look it up if you want. We're into r/BadRoommates. It's been just a minute, but I saw something that came across my homepage, and I'm like, well, I can't not talk about that. A title like that, I gotta kind of do it. So we're back in it today. Thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to show you this mess that I found. Roommate's girlfriend smells like a dead body. Like, do you understand what rot smells like? Corpse rot? It's the deepest, most intense melange you will ever smell in existence. OP says, my roommate, 22-year-old puppy girl, has both... Puppy girl? I thought we euthanized them all. God damn it. One has escaped. This is going to have dire consequences for humanity. Anyway, she has both of her girlfriends over to the house a few days a week. I get along with all of them well enough, and my roommate is typically pretty considerate, but she brought one of them into the house today, and they reek like an infection or necrosis or something. It is more than just BO. Yeah, before you get into a relationship, maybe you should deal with your rotting stump of a leg or whatever the fuck is going on there. It's a hard thing to talk about, though. I unfortunately have been around dead bodies in the past, and it's eerily similar to the point where it's setting off trauma. Oh, come on, trauma. Do I remember every second of my trip to the LA morgue vividly? Yeah, sure. We just repressed that down. It's not trauma. You're going to see at least more than one dead body in your life. And hopefully it's not, halfway rotted and, they took us to the trailer out back where the unclaimed bodies were. Oh my God, maybe there's some trauma there. That's fun. Just the smell, though? Yeah, I'd have to have a conversation about it. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? Do you know you smell this way? Like, I'm concerned. Do you need money to go to the hospital? I mean, I'm not going to give you any, but we can help you find some, maybe. They've also been doing it in their room loudly while she smells like this. Oh, but puppy girls love it, They roll around in the foulness. What's that, a weeping wound? Put it right next to my face.
My spine!
I don't know what got into me today. Opie says it's 3 a.m. I've been dealing with this all day and night, and I can't sleep. Me and my other roommate have come to the conclusion that there is no point in addressing this until morning because the girlfriend's sleeping here, and roommate 1 isn't going to kick her out at 3 a.m. Oh, you have more than one roommate. Yeah, that's easy then. Fucking vetoed. Executive order. I don't want my house to smell like a baby's coffin. Thank you very much. And I'm genuinely just dumbfounded and disgusted by this situation. I like my roommate and I get along with her girlfriend, but this is not something I can endure for the sake of civility. I'm sympathetic to her having a health issue, but I live here and she doesn't, and I can't deal with this in my house. I guess I'm gonna have a really unfun conversation with my roommate in the morning. TLDR, FML. It's gonna be fine. You just make words and the entire situation is fixed.
When you live here, it makes me feel angry. Because you're a horrible roommate and nobody in this house likes you.
Or at least more understandable. Maybe she doesn't have to come through the living room, We could come up with like a rope ladder system. Something really fun for you guys. Although, I don't know if she can climb the rope ladder with her weeping, stumpy pus leg. You're gonna have to help me up. Take my strong hand.
Give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No!
Here are some text message exchanges now, and really the corpse-smelling roommate should put all of this into perspective for you, okay? I've already helped you and you don't even know it. OP sends a picture of a mask thing that Jason would wear and says, hey, did you use my red light mask? I found it on the couch when I got home. And roommate says, yeah, I did. OP says, oh, okay, no worries. Just checking. Actually, some worries, actually. Don't touch my shit. I told you before. OP says, would you please be able to ask next time? Sorry, I don't want to be annoying. It's just that, as you know, I keep it in my bedside table and would prefer if you were not going into my bedroom while I'm not home. Thanks. Yeah, that is terrible roommate behavior. What the fuck? She said, okay, I didn't think it would be a big deal since we share other stuff, but okay, I'll ask next time, I guess. She's not gonna ask next time, I guess. Fuck this. Untenable situation. But OP continues to try and play the professional and says, yeah, I know we share appliances and furniture, etc. However, the things in my room are mine. I'm happy to share. I would just prefer if I was asked before. Also, do you have the strap for the mask? It must have come off when you used it. No, I don't have it. And also didn't see it. I just used it quickly. OP says, well, the other strap is not in my bedside table, and I can't really use it without the other strap, so I'd appreciate it if you had a look for it, as it was quite expensive, and I need it for it to be usable. Actually, I mean, no, you don't. You got another piece of Velcro, but also, it is roommate's fault. She fucked this whole thing up. It was in my room. Is this the first time this has happened? It probably can't be. This one entitled motherfucker. Her retort, I didn't see anything. I legitimately only used it for like 10 minutes, so I don't know what to tell you. OP says, well, all right. Let me know if it turns up. It was $600. So I'll be upset if I can't use it again because you've lost the strap. Why are you blaming this on me? Don't buy expensive shit if you can't look after it.
The impudence! The audacity!
Didn't touch the strap. I hardly used it. OP just says, okay. What else am I gonna say? Okay, I'll buy a strap. Next time I catch you in my room, you're gonna catch 2 in the chest. How's that? I don't think castle doctrine's gonna hold up if you're roommates, unfortunately, but you could try it. Truthfully, I thought I was looking after it by keeping it in my bedside table, in my room, in my apartment. Unfortunately, my roommate just seems to be like the nosiest bitch in the world. Thinks she's entitled to other people's things. And so, what does OP do? She doesn't just say, okay, because I would blow up and say, that's not fucking okay! But instead, we get an update post, and yes, OP makes the big brain plays. Roommate says, why do you have a lock on your door now?
You ever heard of privacy?
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Wonderfully done. OP says, because I need privacy. I cannot have privacy when you're constantly going into my bedroom when I'm not home. I've had conversations about this with you and you chose to ignore me, so yes, I got a lock. And well, you should. It was never even that deep, lol. I didn't take anything from you. She has, says OP. And I believe that shit. You don't even have to tell me. Just the way she acts, passes on the responsibility. I guess I won't do that anymore. Yeah, bet you won't, bitch. OP says, you have taken advantage of my kindness and generosity and overstepped the boundary. I do not want you in my room under any circumstances or touching any of my things. You've proven that you simply cannot be trusted. I don't respect you as a person and would love that. And I would appreciate if you only contacted me about matters relating to the apartment and the lease. I mean, truthfully, that's all I want out of a roommate. Some roommates were good and we could chill, but I've also had a couple others that were too fucking high-strung and weird. But even the ones you chill with, it's like, okay, I need my space now. Can you go away? Roommates comes back and says, you such a bitch. You got some nerve, lol. You're ridiculous. Don't contact me again. I mean, I'm gonna come for half that rent when the fucking first rolls around. You know that, right? You're seriously a pathetic person. Treating me like a criminal. You're disgusting. I mean, yeah, you fucked up my things. I don't want that to happen no more. It's my door. Why are you so offended I chose to put a lock on it? Are you offended the front door has a lock on it? We should just fucking let everybody in. This is ludicrous. Next time I talk to Blank, I'll be telling her how you're treating me, and we'll see what she has to say about you staying in this apartment, lol. Who the hell is Blank? Do I need some backstory for this? I suppose it's just a landlord, according to the text. I already spoke to Blank yesterday about me putting a lock on my door, and she agreed that it was a good idea, since you seem to find it hard to keep yourself out of my room and my belongings. Dude, fucking dunked. You'll love to see it. In the future, my door will stay locked when I'm not at home, and if you touch a single item of mine ever again, I'll drag your klepto ass into court and sue you for everything you own, including the things of mine that you have stolen or lost in the 3 years that you have lived here. See you at home. She has notification silenced. Of course you got fucking bamboozled. She has notification silence. Of course she did. You want the truth?
You can't handle the truth!
How did you live with this person for 3 years without a lock on the door? The first time it happened, I'd be like, okay, well, I don't trust you ever again. Easy fix. Great solution. Love to see it. And yeah, now the problem is solved. A little bit of tension in the home, but I don't give a shit. Like, if I'm in the kitchen, don't come in here. I'm mostly in my room anyways. If you could just leave an envelope under my door on the 30th or the 31st with the rent and the utilities, then we'd never need to interact again. That would be so ideal for me. God, dude, having roommates fucking sucks. Especially when they're terrible. Like, it can be cool, but this is clearly, yeah, untenable. 3 years of it, I would hate everything. I mean, a lot more than I already do. Anyway, we'll continue into another text post here. This one's titled Story Time. So, here's a short story, or rather, just another day in my life. I'm a girl who shares an apartment with 2 guys. Amateurs, really. I've known these guys for years because one of them is the brother of one of my oldest friends who used to also be my roommate. When he, the brother of my oldest friend, was moving in with us, the only condition I had was no smoking in the flat. He agreed completely, which made sense at the time because he himself did not smoke. Now, cut to today. We got into a huge argument because some of his friends smoked in the apartment again. This has been happening quite often lately, and though I ignored it a few times, today the smell was just unbearable, so being who I am, I confronted him. And when I tell you the audacity of this guy, he actually said, and I quote, "Ah, malabanchod!" No, he didn't say that. There's something in Hindi, though, which basically translates to, this is bound to happen. I also don't like it, but how do I say it? I mean, grow your fucking balls? Like, it's your friend group, it's your house. What's wrong with you? OP replied to him, if you don't have the guts, then I'll go tell him myself. And then he had the nerve to say, no, you can't do that. Then you need to. OP says, by then I was furious. How dare he tell me that I can't speak up about what happens in the space that I also pay for? The argument escalated, and instead of addressing the real issue, which was his friends breaking the no smoking rule, he tried to divert the conversation. He brought up an entirely unrelated topic. Apparently his sibling doesn't visit our flat anymore because I once asked them to not litter after I had just cleaned. Instead of telling his grown adult sibling to respect the space, he made it about me, acting like I was the reason for the distance. Yeah, that is some wild mental gymnastics that we're going through there, I'll tell you that. You let the conversation get derailed? Some people really just are thick-headed, though. I don't know. LP says, this is exactly the problem. These are the same kinds of men who grow up making a mess at home, knowing that their mothers or house helpers would clean up after them, and now they expect the same treatment from their roommates. Yeah, bitch, not gonna happen. I raise my boys right. I make them clean up every piece of trash. There's no use sticking the wrappers in the couch cushions, okay? Because when I find them, I'm going to come and get you, whatever you're doing, and make you take them to the trash. It's inconvenient for me, it's inconvenient for you. Nobody likes it, so just take it to the trash, right? They still don't. I still find fucking wrappers everywhere. But we keep on trying. Obi says rather than accepting that he broke a boundary that we had clearly set as roommates, no smoking, he chose to play the victim, pretend he was helpless to confront his own friends, emotionally manipulate the situation, and assert some twisted version of control as if being a man gives him that right. Trust me when I say this isn't even the full story. I mean, it's kind of weird. Is he just like the super beta of the friend group? The only reason they hang out with him is because he has like a space that they can smoke in and he can't say boo about it? It really is a weird situation to be in.
You weak leader of filthy goblin tribe. Break rule, sniff smoke, then say, what can I do? I know have spine, just vibes. Unimpressed. Gubbins.
Yeah, no spine whatsoever is really what this boils down to. Roommate's like, stand up, be a man, fucking claim your space. And he's like, I can't. They really like to smoke cigarettes.
You smoke with cigarettes?
Do I smoke with cigarettes? Man, I be smoking with cigarettes all the time.
What sort of man are you? Pathetic! But it's fun for a laugh, isn't it? Anyway, next post. This OP says, I almost got into a physical altercation over noise level. Yeah, sounds like a good reason to punch somebody in the mouth. Why not? You were so loud that I'm willing to do jail time. Okay, fuck it. If that's how you feel, I guess we're doing it. OP says, bro, I'm literally gonna snap. And Bad Roommate says, but why? Because I can't sleep. You just woke me up. Oh, here's your friends fucking laughing and your music. He says, but it's so low. Bro, I'm literally right beside you. The vent is connected. Stick something in the vent. We're just chilling, sorry. Every fucking night, the past 3 nights you've woken me up. Your cat's been waking me up every morning. Good, well, tomorrow it's gonna be worse. He says, why? Stop yelling, it's almost 3 a.m. Is your door open? I'm about to go to sleep, so don't be yelling at your game. Be quiet, please. Sorry. Bro, WTF are you doing? It's still too loud. Please turn it down. I can't sleep. He says, okay. I turned it down. Bro, I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. It likes loud, massive explosions. What? You turned it down like 1%? Okay, I turned it down like 10 notches. 10 before and 5 now. Okay, thanks. It was at 35 and I went down to 25. 25 is still so loud. It's almost 1 a.m. 10 or 15 should be good. Okay, I turned it to 22. Just wait. 6 a.m. I'm gonna blast music. Shrug emoji. It sounds like you guys are having a really good time. Was there a physical altercation? Let's see if there's a text part to the post. Oh, yes, there is. Sorry, long rant coming, but I really need to get this off my chest. Yeah, apparently. Nobody else in that house is listening to you, I'll tell you that much. OP says, I live in a really small apartment, basically a rooming house, since there's no living room, and the walls are paper thin. We hear everything, especially through the vents. I've been here for 8 months, and it was mostly fine before, mainly because my old roommate, technically my subletter, was also kind of the landlord and worked early shifts, so everyone kept it quiet after 11 p.m. out of respect. But ever since he moved out, things have gone downhill fast. My current roommate is an alcoholic. And stays up every single night until 3 a.m. drinking, slamming doors, cooking, watching movies at full blast, gaming, and having very loud phone conversations. I used to stay up late until 1 to 2 a.m., so I let it slide, but things changed recently after some health issues. I got blood work done, and my doctor warned me that I'm at risk for metabolic syndrome. Type 2 diabetes runs in my family. I'm 30 pounds overweight. He told me I needed to watch my diet and start working out to avoid the health issues in the future. I've committed to waking up at 6 a.m. for fitness classes and completely changing my lifestyle. Better diet, consistent workouts. I even told both of my roommates this. Gave them a heads up that I'd be waking up early every day, but this girl has been loud every single night. midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., doesn't matter. I've been surviving on 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and I'm honestly hitting a breaking point. I texted her politely, reminded her in person, even threatened to blast music in the mornings. I've had to go into her room at night and ask her to shut up, just nothing works. Even if you blasted music in the morning, I think she probably sleeps like a log. That nice, deep, alcohol-fueled sleep. And you can just, say a prayer that she aspirates. Don't do that. Jesus wouldn't like that. Or maybe it's like the greater good, OP's trying to get her life on track. Maybe you could also invite Alcoholic Girl. It's probably not going to make the situation better. Never mind. So tonight, I thought I'd get some sleep. She wasn't home, and I passed out early around 11 p.m. Then 1:30 a.m. hits, and I wake up to her coming home with 4 people, drinking, laughing, playing music. Her room is right beside mine. I banged on the wall, got no response, so I texted her. She half-heartedly told her friends to quiet down, but the music kept on going. Then I overhear her shit-talking me, insinuating that I'm playing the victim, and that my cat wakes her up in the morning, ? My cat meowed 5 times total in like 8 months, and never before 9 a.m., and that's being generous. Yeah, okay, OP. Try to bullshit me about a cat. He knows you're waking up at 6 a.m. He knows you're going to feed him before you leave. He's like, wake up earlier. I want to eat now.
Feed me, if you dare.
Anyway, OP says, yeah, I lost it. I stormed into her room and yelled, told her she was being completely disrespectful and that this is 3 nights in a row at this point. And she had the nerve to mock me for my weight loss immediately and said, have fun with your weight loss, in a sarcastic tone. Her friends had to hold her back because she got in my face. I literally had to threaten to call the cops. I'm seriously starting to believe she's doing this on purpose. Like, how else do you explain it? I've told her that I wake up at 6 a.m. every day now. Why the hell would you invite a group over to drink and party directly beside someone's room at 1:30 a.m.? Please tell me I'm not losing it. I feel like I'm going crazy. Well, it seems to me like this situation spun completely out of control. Like, I understand that you can do what you want in your space and such, but it affects everybody around you. So prepare to also be affected. Just buy yourself a really nice pair of, like, noise-canceling headphones or something. Even just some good old-fashioned earplugs. And then you play Presidential Pump at 100 volume just, like, every moment that you're not in the apartment. If people start complaining, you get some plants and say it's a science experiment. Do they grow faster if they listen to classical music? And then put a plant in her apartment and see if they grow faster because of drunken alcoholic ravings. They wither up and die. She breathed on them and they died. Sorry about your physical altercation and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know if it's a fight you're gonna win. It's time to fight fire with fire. Psychological warfare! That's what we're doing in this day and age. So, good luck with it. We're gonna move on. Our next OP says, 40-year-old housemates from hell when living in student accommodation. Yes, I'm a senior student. Okay, I mean, I guess the pursuit of knowledge is admirable, but also, couldn't you do it online? Do you have to stay here? What the fuck? Hello, ladies. Good Thursday. This is a shared dormitory for 5 people. So after using the common area, please clean it up for your roommates. Stove picture, table picture, sink picture. Will be great if you leave the message when you have a guest so we won't surprise. Cool, yeah, what the fuck you talking about, bro? OP responds and says, hello all, I'll be having 1 overnight guest on Thursday. I hope that's okay. And she says, receive, but blank and I don't have a midterm on Friday, so don't be too noisy. Village rules and policies.pdf. It's 18 pages long. It's probably fine. ChatGPT wrote half of it. Today's meeting, cleaning schedule, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. 1 overnight guest. Residents permitted to have overnight guests for maximum of 2 consecutive nights, with the approval of other residents. If anyone disagrees, guests are not allowed. Garbage. Don't leave your own garbage in any common areas or beside the garbage bin. Why you want to sit here and write this out? Don't we have the fucking PDF? Noise! Everyone's responsible for maintenance and good order and reasonable quietness. Residents must at all times show proper regard for others. Windows! Please keep the front and back windows locked to use the main door to get in and out, except in case of emergency. OP says, yeah, I'm not comfortable with locking the sliding doors during the day. I mainly use those doors to enter and exit as my phone often doesn't have charge and I get locked out. Also, it's important to keep them open for airflow, especially in the warmer weather, so the house doesn't get moldy. If you're worried about security, maybe it would be better to lock your room doors. I hope you can understand. Yeah, that's true. Don't be leaving shit in the common area anyway. Although sometimes that is like how you end up with a hobo sleeping on the couch, so I don't know. It's up to you. What I do know is hell is other people. I like having my own space so I can keep all of the doors locked. Somebody does respond and says, that's understandable. Please don't forget to lock the windows at night for safety reasons. And please ask all guests to use the main door. As Amy mentioned, someone might be surprised if a non-resident gets into the house through the window. Hi, blank. Could you please vacuum the common area? Don't know what you did with your guests, but it's too dirty. Yeah, Amy's like, look at all this shit all over the floor. What is this right here? Here's another piece of floor with shit all over it. Thank you. Okay, Amy, sure. OP responds as has, hi, blank. I vacuumed just yesterday morning after having guests for dinner the day before. Only had one guest yesterday for 10 minutes, and I made them take their shoes off before entering the house, so I don't think it's possible for only us to make that mess. Maybe the floor's getting dirtier quicker because more people are home than on the holidays, and there's more traffic by all the housemates. Yeah, or maybe because you brightly decided to leave the windows open. Who really gives a shit why it happens? Somebody's gotta fucking vacuum it. Like, hey, Amy, if you see the job needs to be done, why not do it? Hey, OP, if Amy told you that it needs to get done, why not do it? Like, overall, it's a better situation for everybody if your space is cleaner. But everybody just wants to kick the fucking can down the road. I want to bite off the nose of everybody in this story. Maybe this should be a job for whoever's turn it is to vacuum on the weekly cleaning roster. Oh yeah, did you check the roster, Amy, huh? I'm more than happy to vacuum after I had guests and have made a mess on the carpet, but I don't think that it is only my responsibility. Thanks. Oh yes, a pleasure. She says, there's straws and soil and dusts on the floor. Yeah, because the windows were open. Like straws. 2 straws? I didn't see any straws in the picture, Amy.
You lie! You lie!
No one was downstairs yesterday after 7 or 8-ish p.m., and I knew that all people from upstairs didn't go down. It was clean until 9 p.m. I met all of upstairs people, and I heard all sliding door sounds from downstairs around 1 a.m., so I noticed that you had guests yesterday night. I don't know how many, but if you had a guest, should be clean for others. You're sitting up at 1 a.m., listening for the sliding door. OP says, I was out of the house from 8:30 p.m. and only came back home through the sliding door at 2 a.m. by myself. I don't think it's my responsibility to vacuum, but if you really want me to, I can only do it tomorrow morning, as I have an assignment for university to do this evening. After guest visiting, I believe we have to clean the common area for other roomies. If they have guests, no matter how many people and how long they stay, have to be back the place lean like before. We all went to upstairs when your boyfriend and you were downstairs. No one went down yesterday. As you said, you will have an assignment today, so I will do it for you today, but please understand why I am asking. Now I feel like I am unstable. Yeah, a little bit, maybe. Like, if you really want to put yourself in charge, lead from the front. You know what I'm saying? You don't point the finger and be like, you have to vacuum. I scheduled the comings and goings, and I know that you were the last one to leave. OP says, I understand you don't like any mess on the floor. Me either. I vacuumed yesterday at 12 p.m., and before I came out to the common area for dinner with my boyfriend, there was already a mess on the carpet. I'll take a photo next time before I eat or use the common area, just so I can prove that it wasn't me who made a mess. Now, this is getting so petty, isn't it? I would really like for peace this semester, and I hope that we can all work together to keep the house clean and have a good relationship. Let me tell you, it's devolving fast. We're watching it swirl in real time. It makes me upset that you keep telling everyone and everyone else living here that it's only me making a mess on the carpet, because it's not true. At the end of the day, after all the housemates have used the common areas, there, of course, will be some mess on the floor. Just because I was the last person to use the common area last night doesn't mean that it is all my mess, though. This is why I think it's important to stick to the cleaning jobs for the week on the fridge. Thank you for vacuuming, though. Smiley face. Oh my god, there's more pictures! I'm living in a hell of my own making! Okay, Mountain Dew on the bedside table, relatively clean table thing, pizza boxes stacked up, crumbs behind the microwave, stove that looks recently wiped down but still kind of gross. Oh, and the biggest detail of all, which I didn't even notice, it's so dangerous. OP says, "Hi! It's extremely dangerous to leave the stove on after using it. Please turn it off after you're done. This is a big safety hazard." You're gonna kill us all, you old bat!
I can't believe this story you're telling me. It's macabre.
Then there's more fucking pictures. Guess what? There's a floor and some shoes by the chair, and somebody says, "Oh, also shoes is in front of kitchen." You know what? I'm just gonna burn this whole fucking place to the ground. How about that? There's many paragraphs of bullshit going on here, but I'm already fed up. I don't want to sit here and read it. I'll make Gubbins read it.
Gubbins say this: if you want peace, no move into party cave full of 20-somethings. You want military-level silence and vacuum parade? Get cave of your own. Not hijack tribe fire and ban laughter. Gubbins.
Yeah, Amy, why don't you have a cave of your own, Amy? Didn't you find a man and divorce him and take his house, Amy? That's a video for another day, I guess. Yeah, we're pretty much done here. I don't want to read all OP's bullshit. I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I had a taste, and that's more than enough. I hope you guys will sign up on Patreon, YouTube memberships. Check out the fourth wall for the merch. Thanks so much. Also, Waifu Pilled on Steam. Hey, it's going to be under construction for a while, but why not wishlist it, you know? Anyway, always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.